bro, maida is poison. If that were actually true, half of Asia would already be dead. China eats noodles, Japan eats ramen, Korea eats dumplings, and India eats naan, momos, bakery food every day. Billions of people eat refined flour regularly. And yet online, people talk about maida like it's a Birla white putty mixed with engine oil. Apparently, one naan now causes fat gain, diabetes, inflammation, hormonal imbalance, hair fall, economic collapse, everything. Now listen carefully. I am not saying maida is a healthy food. And I'm definitely not saying live on bakery junk and call it a balanced diet. But nutrition conversations online have become unbelievably childish. One side says, calories only, bro, eat whatever. And the other side says, maida hardens like cement inside your tummy. That's an actual verbatim, by the way. Reality is usually sitting quietly in the middle, watching both these sides embarrass themselves. It's refined wheat flour. And yes, it's processed. Brand removed, germ removed, fiber stripped out. That criticism? Legit. But here's what people confuse. Processed is not the same word as poisonous. Processing affects nutrition quality, yes, but it does not turn food into a toxin. There's a difference between this has less fiber than whole wheat, vis-a-vis this will destroy your body. One is a nutrition fact, the other is a WhatsApp forward. Yes, some refined flours are chemically treated or bleached. So if the bleaching aspect genuinely bothers you, like it bothers me, unbleached maida exists. Problem solved. But the issue with maida was never these tiny bleaching agents. It's that refined flour is commonly used in ultra processed foods that are hyper palatable, easy to overeat, low satiety, and calorie dense. That's a very different conversation from maida is poison. See, this is what people miss. Nobody got overweight because of one naan. I have a friend, okay, he drinks alcohol regularly with chakna, of course. He eats watery dal with chapatis, homemade food, doesn't exercise. And when I told him he needs to eat more proteins for fat loss, this is exactly what he told me. हमें ना वही खाना खाना चाहिए जो हमें बचपन में खिलाया गया है. What the does that even mean? But I understood what was actually happening. He did not need a nutrition theory. He needed a reason not to change anything. And that's what actually happens with most people. People gain fat because modern food environments make overeating effortless. Deep fried chakna, liquid calories from alcohol, zero movement, low protein, chronic stress eating. But instead of looking at any of that, they find one villain. So maida becomes that villain. To be honest, that's just lack of accountability. And this is where nuance matters because individual response matters a lot. For example, I'm on a fat loss diet, but I eat homemade baked chicken momos every day. They have high protein, controlled calories, they're filling, they're easy to track for me, and I feel perfectly fine. But sometimes, if I eat just two homemade chapatis, I start looking like I'm 5 months pregnant. Why? It could be anything. It could be digestion speed, it could be gluten response, it could be FODMAP sensitivity, it could be gut mechanics. I mean, human beings are not identical iPhone models, right? One person tolerates dairy beautifully, other one turns into a biological gas leak. Nutrition is not religion. Test foods yourself and see how your body responds. People underestimate one thing massively. For lifelong health and sustainable fat loss, you need foods you genuinely enjoy, not just boiled manhusiyat packed into Tupperware. Because the best diet on paper means absolutely nothing if you spend all the week dieting just to eat 5,000 calories on Sunday. So instead of obsessing over one ingredient, focus on balancing calories, proteins, fibers, micronutrients, and enjoyment. For example, I can eat a huge bowl of salad, a bowl of seasonal fruit, and a big serving of homemade chicken momos. That's my breakfast, by the way. I comfortably stay in a calorie deficit. People who enjoy their diet usually stick to it for a long time. Meanwhile, some people eat clean for 5 days, then mentally collapse and attack snacks like फिर तो कभी मिलने नहीं है. That's not discipline. That's yo-yo dieting. So, drum roll, the big question, is atta generally better than maida? For most people, yes. Usually more fiber, more filling, better satiety. People take this reasonable point and turn it into a mythology. Suddenly, atta is this divine, ancient wisdom, and maida is this industrial death powder. That's absurd. That's food astrology, pretending to be nutritional science. And honestly, in India, nutrition discussions are sometimes comedy. People fear one naan while drinking sugary chais with a pack of biscuits and matti 4 times a day. Panic over bread and then finish half a packet of namkeen while sitting, just sitting. One ingredient cannot carry the blame for your entire lifestyle. So here's the adult answer. Maida is not health food, but it's also not poison. For some people, reducing it genuinely improves digestion, etc. But for others, it fits perfectly fine into a balanced diet. The dose matters, the context matters, and your total lifestyle matters. And most importantly, your body's own response matters. That's real nutrition, not fear mongering thumbnails with glowing red arrows pointing at naan. So, no, maida isn't a poison. But calling it poison is pure WhatsApp University nutrition.